Welcome to Battle Truth, in my point of view. I don't know you, so I'm not a hater. I could only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealing, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable MallikiBaker, your presiding judge, chairman, spokesperson for the One United Front. You're my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. Okay, so you let them talk, and they'll do it to themselves every time. Tsunami Surf on Faces again, his favorite hangout. And all you gotta do is let these brothers talk. They're gonna contradict each other all day long, live, and expose themselves like it's crazy. So I want to give you an example of what I mean, what I'm talking about. So Surf going to say a lot of things that very contradiction, that's very contradiction to the things that he said at first. And I want y'all to pay close attention to the contradictions that this man is saying and how it go over people's head. And they just, they be thinking he's saying something real. And it be like, no, did you just hear what he just said? Man, check this out. I want y'all to pay close attention to this. Listen.
For my verse again?
Oh, you better anybody.
I think right there hasn't been a Midnight Madness battle that ain't came out of my pocket. So don't except mine, motherfucker. Keep it singular. You wasn't there or your opponent.
So there hasn't been a Midnight Madness that hasn't came out of his pocket. So according to Surf, every Midnight Madness, it comes out of his pocket only, alone. Now watch this. I want y'all to pay close attention to this. Now, listen at this. Pay very close attention or you're going to miss it. Now listen.
Conversation about drugs or the conversation about bad news. I gave them niggas money out of my own pocket because of the team they are affiliated with. They battled and they lost. Let's be clear, they lost. Drugs lost. Well, bad news. He lost. I still gave him money because I said to him, yo, if you do this for me, I got some bread for you out my pocket. That ain't no league shit.
Okay, now listen what he just said. So he didn't tell him Bonnie he pay out of every Midnight Madness come out of his own pocket. The nature of the conversation was him to try to say, look, Midnight Madness, we don't do deposits, we don't do back ends, we don't do none of that stuff. Now he's saying the only reason why I gave drugs and bad news money out of my own pocket is because I told them I was going to give them that. Had nothing to do with the league stuff. Think about that. It had nothing to do with the league. I just gave them money out of my own pocket because I told them I was going to give them money out of my own pocket. But then you tell Bonnie, every Midnight Madness come out of my own pocket. The only reason why I gave drugs and bad news money out of my own pocket, money, was because it came out of my own pocket. I don't get it. Midnight Madness come out of your own pocket. He trying to say it's a difference. How is it a difference? How is it a difference? He trying to say, when I gave drugs and bad news, the money out of my own pocket, that had nothing to do with Midnight Madness. I just told them, do Midnight Madness for me. I'm going to give y'all some money. Well, that has everything to do with Midnight Madness because you're the only one that's financing Midnight Madness. Or are you? Or are you? Now, is he telling on himself? Oh, see, I don't think y'all paying attention to this. Is he telling on himself? Is he trying to tell us that the money that appears to be coming out of his pocket is actually coming from somebody else? So the money that he paid drugs and bad news came out of his personal pocket, even though he's making it appear like everything comes out of his personal pocket. So which one is it, sir? Because you can't have it both ways. Please. help me to understand what you are explaining. I got another question for you. If all the Midnight Madness battles is coming out of your personal pocket, my question to you is, how do you benefit financially? You don't have a YouTube, you don't have a Midnight Madness YouTube channel where you channeling the battles through. You're not doing pay-per-views, but you, Surf, just love battle rap so much. And Midnight Madness is not a league that every battle, all 5, 6 battles, you want to put up $3,000 just for the hell of it. No. No, 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 no. No. Man, stop it. You sound crazy. Sound like you're telling on yourself. Now that we look at all the evidence, it's definitely clear. This is not your thing. This is the URL thing. Summer Madness, Midnight Madness. No pay-per-views, but all the money coming out of your pocket. And how do you recoup? How do you recoup? And according to him, I pay everybody hotels. I book everybody flights. So you booking the flights. You putting people in the hotel room, money on the floor, all coming out of your own pocket. How do you recoup? How do you recoup? Sound like another hand is involved here. Where the battles at? On the URL app. What channel they drop on if they go to YouTube? URL YouTube. Okay. Makes sense. You the front man. Let's play this again. Let's listen to this again, y'all. Watch this. I'm going to take y'all. Watch this. Let's play this again. Pay close attention. Listen.
Madness battle that ain't came out of my pocket, so
Battle anybody.
I think there hasn't been a Midnight Madness battle that ain't came out of my pocket, so don't
except mine, motherfucker.
Okay. There hasn't been a Midnight Madness battle that ain't came out of my pocket. That ain't so all the money on the floor comes out of Surf's pocket. Let's watch this. Let's go up. Now pay attention to this. Pay close attention. Listen.
Conversation about drugs or the conversation about bad news. I gave them niggas money out of my own pocket because of the team they are affiliated with. They battled and they lost. Let's be clear, they lost. Drugs lost. Well, bad news, he lost. I still gave him money because I said to him, yo, if you do this for me, I got some bread for you out my pocket. That ain't no league shit.
See that? So what's the contradiction here? What's the contradiction here? In other words, he gave them money out of his own pocket, had nothing to do with Midnight Madness, even though he told them, if you do Midnight Madness, I give you this money. Because their argument is, why Hustle didn't get a deposit to do the Bonnie Godiva battle? Surf saying, don't nobody get no deposits in Midnight Madness. Now he's trying to say, well, the only reason why I gave drugs and bad news money, that came out of my own pocket, had nothing to do with the league, because they were doing me a favor for the league, which meant it had to do everything with the league. You see, you hear this? The fast talking, but all this fast talking, you actually just really exposing and telling on yourself. If every Midnight Madness battle comes out of your pocket, then you can't say, you can't count me giving drugs and bad news money, because that came out of my own pocket. Had nothing to do with the league. But every Midnight Madness battle come out of your pocket. So that is the same thing, idiot. Unless you the front man pretending to be the one that's paying for everything, when in reality, it's somebody else paying for everything, and you just happen to give them some money on the side from your own personal pocket. Because you can't have it both ways, the way you explaining things. Am I right or wrong, people? Or am I reaching? Okay, well, let's listen to some more. See, I saved the best for last. Let's listen to some more.
Them niggas is GT. They expensive pain. I told them that. There is no deposits front and back in the Midnight Madness. You lose, you go home with nothing. Unless y'all wilding the fuck out like KD versus Wise, and I drop money on the floor for the loser. I put an extra band on the floor, I think it was, or whatever, for the loser. Other than that, it's no guaranteed money.
Okay, there I go again. So he put money on the floor for Wise and whoever the brother was. Both of them was doing so good, he put another 1,000 on the floor for them. He put another 1,000 on the floor for them out of his own pocket. So which pocket is yours? Which pocket is yours? Because you can't confuse me. So which pocket is yours? Is the right pocket yours? Or is the left pocket yours? Or do one of them pockets belong to somebody else, but since you got the pants on, you saying it's coming out of your pocket? Which pocket is yours? Which pocket is yours? Is y'all not listening to this? Is y'all not getting this? And then again, here's the question that needs to be answered. How are you recouping? How are you recouping? Please explain that. How do you recoup the money that you getting when you paying for these plane tickets, paying for these hotel rooms, putting all this money on the floor? How are you recouping the money? You got the cameramen, they doing that for free? So you got the cameramen, you rented out the venue. How you recouping? It's a small room, so you ain't making money from the audience. You ain't making money from the audience. So how you recouping? How you recouping? You ain't making money from the venue. You ain't making money from pay-per-view. How you recouping? Sound like the only way you can recoup is that this was already set up by the URL paying you to do this. Paying you to do this. To get these brothers the battle basically for free. Y'all don't see the setup? Y'all don't see the setup? Y'all are hearing it? Look at what he putting out there. No money is guaranteed on Midnight Madness. That sounds like the URL contract, don't it? 5-year deals, no guarantees. So you just told on yourself. You know you messed up, don't you? No. You know you messed up, don't you? No. You said, no. You said that all the money come out of your own pocket. You know you messed up, right? Yeah, no. Then you said that it's not a league thing and that you bought money out of your own pocket to pay drugs and bad news, but you don't give deposit and it ain't no back ends. You know you messed up, don't you? You know you messed up, don't you? Yeah, you did. See how that go? Here, take it! Take it! Bang the gavel on yourself. No. Man, get out of here with that trash, man. Is you kidding me? I get it. You the front man. You the front man. It is what it is. You can't get around the truth. You really can't. Can't get around the truth. I don't know. Sound to me like you got some explaining to do. Sound to me like you have some explaining to do. Yeah. You do. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some question. It's yours. The link in the description box. Subscribe.